Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing really well out there. Yesterday I had a great time, had an opportunity to sit down with my good friend, business partner, rock star coach, Keith Callahan, and talk about probably the most important concept in building success in this business, and that is learning how to treat your business like a business, learning how to take the corner and really turn this into a profession, really becoming professional about what you're doing. I mean, let's face it, if you're going to build a big business and you want to earn six figures or even seven figures, or replace a full-time job, whatever your personal goals are, if you want to reach any of those kinds of levels of success, then obviously there's got to come a point where you turn a corner and you turn pro. Hopefully you've seen Eric Warhay's book, Go Pro. If you haven't, get that and give it a quick read. It's a very quick read. It's a fantastic read on laying the framework and the foundation, at least, for this concept. And this is going to become a big concept as we continue on here. We're going to be talking about this a lot. And in fact, we've been doing this, we just haven't named it yet. Setting out your KPIs, starting to do things on purpose, starting to schedule your time, starting to journal and do self-evaluation, starting to make sure that you're choosing activities that line up with your own goals, and all of that stuff. That's all treating your business like a business, disciplining yourself to actually get the work done 5 to 6 days a week, every week. Those kinds of things, committing to the daily disciplines, committing to your sharing cycle activities. When we put all that together, we're starting to treat our business like a business. In the beginning, I shared this book, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, with all of you. I hope you've dug into that, and I know many of you have, because I've seen some great comments coming back from people. So at this point in the game, knowing that in about a week, we're going to be getting to the point where we'll be sharing Keith's video on treating your business like a business, I'm asking you to start asking yourself some questions as we go towards really digging into that topic. Are you treating your business like a business? And, as Stephen Pressfield says in The War of Art, the amateur plays for fun. The professional plays for keeps. Are you playing for keeps, or are you just dabbling? You can't just dabble, folks. If you're just dabbling, if you're just watching the videos and you're skimming through it, if you're not really actively building a 10 in play, if you're not actively living by the 50-10 rule, if you're not really committing yourself to your daily disciplines and your sharing cycle, then it's just not going to work. If you do those things, it will work. And that's the switch that I'm talking about. Are you dabbling? Are you an amateur? Are you being an amateur? Are you treating it like a hobby? Or are you truly being a professional and going after this thing, building a business? Because if you're here, then I'm assuming that's what you want to do. And when we wrote out the whys, that's what many of you, or most of you, or all of you said you wanted to do. So as we're turning this corner, and I'm going to start really digging into this concept more and more as we continue deeper into these sessions, you got to ask yourself, are you being an amateur? Are you being a professional? As Stephen puts it, to the amateur, the game is an avocation. To the pro, it's his vocation. It's everything. If you want to reach the kinds of goals that some of you have talked about wanting to reach, then you've got to embrace what it is to be a Team Beachbody coach under the business model, building a business building Team Beachbody Coach, and all of the things that we're talking about here in this program. Embrace them and become them. It has to be who you are. It can't just be an avocation. It can't just be something that you're doing for fun on the weekends. You can't be a weekend warrior. All right, remember in the beginning, I told you I'm going to invite you to get in the game. Ask yourself, are you in the game? And if you are, then great, because we're going to just keep pushing this thing and we're going to keep pushing it further. I want to make sure you've all got the foundation that's going to be able to hold what we're going to be giving you as we continue down this road. The amateur plays part-time. The professional is full-time. And I'm not saying that you can't do this business part-time, because you can. Is your commitment part-time, or full-time? That's what I'm talking about. Is your commitment to all of the things that we're talking about and sharing a full-time commitment, a complete commitment, or is it wavering? Is it part-time? Are you gung-ho sometimes and kind of so the other times? You got to be honest with yourself, folks. It's not, these aren't questions I'm asking you to report to me, even though I'd love to see discussion on the Facebook page. You got to ask yourself these things, okay? Are you a weekend warrior, or are you a full timer? Have you committed to the 5 to 6 days a week like I asked you to? That's important stuff, guys. It really is. And it's easy to hear, it's easy to skim through. It's another thing to be a professional about it and really attack it. And of course, hopefully you've read through this stuff yourself, so I'm not going to sit here and read the book to you, but I wanted to share those concepts because that's big stuff. And then I want to share with you where I've gone to next, and it's Stephen Pressfield's Turning Pro. It's digging deeper into the concept that was started and that was shared, that you all got introduced to in the War of Art. And it's really digging into this part of it. And folks, this is key stuff to having success with the kind of business that we're trying to help you build. So I highly recommend everybody jump into this one with me and really start thinking about and pondering and considering treating your business like a business. And what does that mean? What does it mean to you is what I'm asking you now. I'm going to be telling you over the next several weeks what I think it means to me and what I think you need to do in that regard to really drive great success, and what I've seen highly successful coaches do in that regard. But for now, ask yourself, what does it mean to you? Are you doing it? Have you turned the corner? Are you turning the corner? Are you committed to get around the corner? You got to start bringing this concept in. And I know that we've thrown a lot of detail at you, but my question to you now is, how much of that have you adopted? How much of that are you living on a daily basis? Because it's not just about listening to it. It's not just about reading it. It's not just about hearing it. It's not even just about understanding it. It's about doing it. All right, so I'm inviting all of us to get super active, continue to get super active, and to get cognizant with an intent to build a business. You're here to build a business. You're here to build a business. Let's all turn pro and let's get it done.